Let me find where Chagatai is, because they haven't. See, they're way up here. They're in a place that I don't really know about because it's in this Terra Incognita. So I'm gonna try to sue for peace. They haven't been in this battle, and they haven't, they have really no way to get to me because they're kind of landlocked. So I'm gonna go ahead and offer them a white peace. And it doesn't seem like they'll accept that. So maybe I'll offer them a tribute, give them some money to accept that white peace. No, they don't want to do that either. So I guess we'll just have to wait until this battle goes further, and maybe I can get them to accept peace. And right now, they're not going to be affecting me for a while, unless of course they get some, military access rights on some of their neighbors, and they march their armies all the way from Chagatai all the way down to me, and that will really suck. But hopefully they won't do that because they have their other neighbors to worry about around them that might be hostile, and take advantage of the fact that they're marching all of their armies somewhere else. Oh, okay, this is what I didn't want. The Khan accepted a peace offer, or rather, yeah, Orissa accepted a peace offer from the Khan, and they ceded Bastar, but not Golconda. So my ally is now no longer in a war with the Khan, but I still am. So they're no longer going to be helping me, and so I gotta continue this fight on my own, which kind of sucks. They got what they wanted out of the war, and now I'm left alone to deal with what I want to do. And now Deccan is trying to offer a white peace with me, but I don't want to do that. If I did do that, I would get Bangalore back because it's not part of the negotiation terms. I wouldn't get any of these others. And I want Konkan because that's part of my mission here. And I want to be able to get that and get a core on it. So I'm going to go ahead and decline this. And try to wage more of the war. If I don't like the way the war's going, I may just have to suck it up and accept the peace terms, which will last quite a number of years, in which case I can build up my armies and try again, and maybe turn some of my focus to my vassals here and kind of annex them into my empire. Since they'll be a lot easier. Other than the fact that, no, they don't look like they're being guaranteed by any other nations, so I may be able to pick on them without any sort of repercussions in the world. Okay, so instead of chasing these guys again and again and again, I'm going to go ahead and take back Bangalore, and then I'm going to go back and try to worry about these countries. Right now it's May, and I am losing so much money. I have so many guys that I don't, so many mercenaries. Here, I'm going to split out these mercenaries. And I'm going to go ahead and disband them because they are costing way too much money. 14. I can only support 8 because Bangalore was captured. I need to get Bangalore back so I can support 11 again, and that'll kind of help out my expenses a little bit, my war expenses, maintaining my armies. I may just have to accept the white peace because right now this war is just not going how I wanted to. I'm kind of going bankrupt here. And now I'm trying to take back Bangalore, which will take a while. It's basically like I'm having to siege my own castle because they took it over and their garrison's now inside. Which kind of sucks. So while that's happening, I'm going to sort of speed up the game a little. Ooh. An alliance from Rajputana, which is this really nice and large nation up to the north of Deccan. I kind of want to get that alliance because there'll just be one other people that can maybe, hopefully, apply some pressure to Deccan while I'm waging war with them. And maybe, just maybe, they'll give me some war subsidies to kind of help fund my war with Deccan. but I'm not going to count on that. And because they joined, they allied with me after the war's already started, they're not really going to get into the war as it's going on. Unless they want to take their alliance Casus Belli under Khan, because I'm waged war with them and go ahead and do that. But it looks like they had their hands full with the liberation armies over here, which they'll have to squash. So right now, it doesn't look like I'll be able to utilize that alliance with them, but maybe in the future, I'll be able to do so. Now they're trying to capture my place of Goa here, which they're doing. Okay, hopefully Bangalore will get back in my hands. I really need money. I need to kind of stop this war because I'm going bankrupt. Those mercenaries that I had, as you can see, I'm no longer losing as much money as I was because I reduced the number of troops I have, plus the mercenaries themselves are also extra expensive. But, as you can see, this little flag here, my deficit, I'm losing 6.3 a month, and I'm expected to go below zero by the 11th of November. So this means once that happens, once I go below zero, I'm going to have to take out a loan. And so I'll have 2 loans that I have to pay off in the future, which is not good at all. This war is really hurting me. And that's how the wars are in this game. They're not really easy. It's not just about getting the most guys and just clashing them with your enemies and squashing them and just taking all their profits. You have to worry about the political environment going around you, what the world thinks about the war that's happening, what your own countrymen think about how the war is going, the expenses of maintaining that war, which is incredibly expensive. We'll surrender any day now, so hopefully I can get that and not have to worry about it. See, they already built up their troops to 10,000 now, and that's almost as many as I have. Things are not good at all. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Yep. See, I went below zero, so I had to take out another loan. I have 2 loans going now. But the walls are breached in the city, so what I'm gonna do is try to assault the city. Hit the walls. And I have the game speed up going kind of high, but as you can see, I have way more troops than they have, but because they're still in the city, even with the breached walls, they have a better tactical advantage than I do, so my morale during the battle is going down much quicker than theirs is. And there's a possibility I might not be able to successfully complete the assault, in which case I'll just have to keep sieging. Oh, I guess I won. So now I got that back. I can kind of squash this army here. Hopefully. Oh wait, I'm going to have to wait a little bit actually because my morale, as you can see, is really low. And I need to wait a couple months, which is going to hurt me, for my morale to go back up. Which means I don't have the ability to stop this siege. I don't have the ability to stop this siege right now. Because if I go into battle with these guys with my morale so low, I'm just going to get crushed. They're going to have me routed almost instantly. So I'm really not in a good situation here. I think I kind of instigated this war a little bit too early, just for the purposes of the video, but at least maybe you'll learn something from it. As the months go by, or rather the month, and then another month my morale will go up again. Takes a little bit for my men to recover from the previous battles they were in and kind of get the courage for the next ones. As you can see, it'll go up again. Yep, went up a little bit more. I might want to wait one more. Although they're actually, they might be sieging the city. We normally have the walls are breached. I may just want to go in there right now and try to stop them, because I don't want to have to siege it again myself. It just takes too long. And maybe it'll take, maybe the month will finish before I actually get there, which doesn't look like it, and get my morale up a little bit higher before the battle begins. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, things don't look like they're going to be going too good in this battle, and I'm going to kind of base this battle on the way the war is going, because this is my only big army, and I'm about to lose another province here, possibly the second one. And I'm going to see what they'll do for suing for peace, whether they'll accept a white peace, which they won't. Maybe I can offer some tribute. No, see, it doesn't look like... Oh, I can concede defeat. And they won't be able to get any of my provinces. But I will have lost the war, but I will just concede defeat against them in my war of aggression. And as a result, they will gain 5 prestige and accrue 0 infamy. So it'll be a victory for them. They'll get some prestige. They won't lose any infamy. And they'll have the... be able to brag about winning the war against me, my war of aggression. So yeah, I'm going to try to do that for now. Maybe I can come back against them later in a couple of years. Okay, they accepted the peace offer, so now we have a truce which expires March of 1408, so in about 5 years. 5 years exactly, rather. So in 5 years I can possibly try again. But at least in the process, I didn't lose any of my provinces, and my ally, hey, at least they managed to gain one of my enemy's provinces that they took from Gondwana, so it's not too bad. And now, let's see, I still have 13 armies, so I need to reduce my armies here by 2. And go ahead and just ban them. Now, I only have as many armies as my support limit allows, so I'm not actually paying a tremendous amount of money. And hopefully, as a result of this war stopping, I'll be able to get my economy back on track, and support another war, maybe with my vassals here. I'm going to pause the video real quick. I need to use the restroom, get another drink of water, so I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Well, barely 3 years have passed, and I've already waged one war and lost the war. So right now, I'm going to try to spend a little bit of time focusing on the economic aspects of helping my nation sort of recover and get back into a strength foothold that I can handle. Okay. I'm going to increase my speed a little bit, get my money generating, see what my economic outcome looks like. And it looks like I'm still going to be losing money every month and every year. I got to see what the expenses are, kind of balance my budget a little bit. Okay, I'm bringing in 7.7 taxes, in monthly income, rather. Let's see, I don't have any advisor salaries, no colonial maintenance, no my military maintenance, and my interest. Okay, yeah, my interest is because I took those loans. That's what's really hurting me right now, the fact that I took those loans. And I don't know if there's a way to actually repay the loans before they come around, so I have to wait until 5 years from the date I took the loan until I can repay that loan. So what I'm going to try to do is see if there's any advisor here that can help reduce my interest on those loans. So yeah, they have this guy right here. I'm going to go ahead and recruit him. And in fact, I'm going to recruit this guy too. He does the same thing. So once I get these guys into my nation, let's see, it's 2.4. Once they actually get here, which would take usually about a month. Let's see, 11th of June. Once they get here, they'll apply their bonus, and hopefully they'll be able to reduce my interest on my loan more than enough to be able to both compensate for their expenses, which is about 0.6 for both of them per month. See, 1.5. What was it before? 2.4. I don't know. But anyway, I'm now actually doing a little bit better off with them here because I'm no longer having to pay as much per month. Okay, I gained an alliance casus belli against Bengal and Delhi. So I think Rajputana has declared war with Delhi, and as a result, I think their allies, the Golden Horde and Bengal and Deccan have joined in. So they're actually at war with Deccan right now. But because they're at war with Delhi, I'm worried that they're going to get crushed by their neighbors here, Delhi, which is fairly large, and Deccan here, which will probably move their troops up into Rajputana here. And I don't think things look very good for Rajputana, and I'm still recovering from my own war exhaustion, so I'm not gonna get involved in that war at all. And Rajputana might hate me for that, but well, hey, they didn't help me with the war in Deccan, so. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to try something different here. I'm still losing too much money in my per month and thus annually. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Navy here and crank down the expenses on that since I don't plan on using that anytime soon, which I probably should have done before. I'm going to crank it all the way down. I don't plan on getting in any naval battles at all anytime soon. So that'll save me about half of the expenses on that. And I'm going to, since I don't plan on being in a war with Deccan again for at least another 5 years, or quite immediately with my vassals here, I'm going to crank down the expenses on, or maintenance on my land troops as well. This will sort of hopefully balance my budget a little bit, let me be able to have a net profit at the end of the year. It'll take a little bit for this to update, but once it does, hopefully I'll be able to be in the green. And what I could do even further is I can drop down some of these guys here. But right now my manpower is so low, I'm worried that if I disband these guys, if I need to wage war again, I won't be able to recruit enough people again because my manpower is so low. At the moment, I'll only be able to recruit like one troop. Okay, it looks like Orissa's now back at war with Deccan again. And so maybe Deccan will be weakened by this, and I can only hope. But I don't think things are going to be too good for Orissa here. Deccan's probably going to beat them pretty badly. But I'm going to stay out of it for a while, kind of build up my strength again, rebuild my economy. As you can see now, I've sort of stabilized. My annual income is now, at the end of the year, I'm going to have a net gain of 9.54. So if I spend a couple of years doing this, I should be pretty good. Kind of reduce my war exhaustion down to a good level to be able to wage war again if I want to. But as you can see, because my morale is actually reduced, Well, doesn't seem to be affecting it right now, but normally your morale every month, if you reduce your maintenance too much, it'll decrease per month. So let's see what's going on in the rest of the world. Nothing too interesting that I can see anyway. Orissa's, my ally Orissa is actually, seems to be waging a successful war against Bengal over here, which is another Islamic nation. Sunni. The Sunni and Shiite. So, yeah, they're waging a war on two fronts, so I don't know if they'll be able to accept that for, their nation will be able to tolerate that for very long, but we'll see. It doesn't affect me, but it's interesting to watch. Now, unlike other games like, say, Medieval Total War, you're not usually constructing buildings constantly on all your provinces. Buildings in this game cost a lot of money, and they require a lot of research. And because I'm in the Indian technology group, and my technologies are only at 3 right now, I can't really do anything. So building any of these things is not really a concern in the early part of the game, because you can't build them, and you usually don't have enough money to build them. So that's something you don't have to worry about there. Provincial decisions. Okay, I have these magistrates. As you can see, I get 0.50 a year. These people let you go to any of your countries here and enact provincial decisions. Depending on which one you're on, you have different number of decisions. In the early part of the game, what I like to do is conduct a population census or enact a land reform. What this will do is you can hover over it. It will, like the population census, it will increase the tax modifier, the population growth, and the local manpower modifier, which will help me increase my number of manpower guys up here. This is a good thing to do, usually, if you have some free magistrates, because you get some more money, more tax revenue. It'll help your economy. And possibly, as you can see here, a 50% chance, it will either increase your population by 10% or decrease it by 10%. I usually seem to have the worst luck with this, so my population gets decreased by 10%, which doesn't really matter a whole lot, because most of my countries don't have a lot of people anyway. Actually, some of them do. But in the end, though, you still get the benefits of population growth, the increased taxes. So you're still usually at a benefit from conducting those population censuses. I don't even know if that's the proper plural for it. So what I'm going to do is on Bangalore, let's see which province is making the most taxes here. Okay, on Bangalore, instead of doing the population census, I'm going to enact land reform. This requires 2 magistrates, and it'll improve the efficiency of land use in this province. This is permanent compared to the population census, which only lasts 5 years. This instead will last until the end of the game, 1821, and will increase the modifier, the production efficiency, and the manpower modifier at smaller levels, but it's a good permanent boost to your country without any negative consequences. Well, not to your country. I guess I shouldn't call it country. To your province. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That'll hopefully get me more tax money, and we'll see how things go from there. I can only hope for the best for my neighbor here, but considering they have 10,000 men, 4,000 cavalry, these guys here in Golconda are gonna get crushed, absolutely crushed. Revolt's possible. Let's see. Yeah. Not too much to worry about. Nothing I can't handle. Really low. Well, because my center of trade here is so expensive for Bihar, I'm going to see what the other center of trade, how well they're looking for me, how expensive they are for me to send. So this one is almost half. This one is almost half again as that other one, but the total value of the trade is a lot less. But maybe I'll be able to get some profit from it. So I'm going to go ahead and send 2 merchants to this center of trade. And I'm going to go ahead and send one over to this one. I'll make it. Costs a lot of money, but maybe they'll be able to help me increase my profit. If I had my sliders over to free trade instead of mercantilism, it would be a lot cheaper, and I'd be able to just send my merchants out to all sorts of centers of trade and kind of get a good profit from all those. But right now, because of my my policies, it's currently really expensive for me to send those merchants out. I'm not too worried right now about any of the other technologies but government. I kind of want to get my my government technology up to level 4, which even though it's at full on my slider, it's going to take about 30 years. But once I get that to level 4, I'll be able to get a national idea, and these can have some really good bonuses for your nation. Even though as a Indian technology or Chinese technology country, it usually takes a long time for you to be able to get up to 4, and then again up to 9. If you were a Western nation, it'd take a lot less time, and you'd be able to have more national ideas, which can really benefit your nation out. So, I mean, that'll take a while, so I don't really expect that to complete anytime soon during the scope of this video. What I hope for this video is to kind of build my economy up a little bit more, and maybe take out, annex my vassals here, my tiny insignificant vassals, and maybe kind of a successful war against the Khan, but we'll see. Now, I'm not too familiar with spies, because usually it's too expensive for me to do it. But if you want, you have your spies here that generate at a certain rate per year, and you can send them out to a certain province of a country by clicking on that province. So there's Golconda here, and clicking Send Spies down here. This will bring up this window that sort of explains all the different spy options that you have to do, including the costs, which usually these are quite expensive, sometimes prohibitively expensive, as well as the chance to be able to succeed. Now you can click on one of these, say Incite Against Merchants, and actually see the success chance and the discover risk chance. And so you can click on it and kind of get a feel for how successful you might be and not actually commit to the spy option. Right now I'm not going to do any spy option because it's too expensive for me, but there's a certain number of these that you can do, and it depends based on what nation you're on, whether you're on the capital or a nation that is currently experiencing some discontent to be able to fund patriots or nationalists or a pretender or fanatics, etc. My prestige right now is really horrible. Negative 19. That means nations do not have very much respect for me. I'm 155th in the world among nations. That's quite horrible. Royal marriage with Gondwana? Sure, why not? I thought I accepted this before, but I guess maybe something happened in that marriage. And maybe because I have excess diplomats, I might send out a couple more, make some friends in the world.